Precious tritium is the fuel that makes this
podcast
go. There's only 25 pounds of it on the whole planet.
With great power comes great responsibility.
If Spider-Man was an Italian, do you reckon he would shoot web out of his hands like doing the Baba the Boopy sign? Now I know you can't see my hand, but I know you know exactly what I'm saying.
Hey!
I'm swinging here.
Without any further ado, then, welcome to the latest episode of Swinging Through Spider-Man, a Spider-Man podcast where two people who don't know anything at all about Spider-Man are embarking on a blind read-through of The Amazing Spider-Man. I'm James Rushton, that's Bradley Hughes. How you getting on, mate?
Very good, man. I've been looking forward to this episode because obviously last week we left Spider-Man in a bit of a predicament, didn't we?
He's in a fucking tizzy, to say the least. So what happened was, in issue 57 of The Amazing Spider-Man, Spider-Man continued on the path of memory loss. He had basically lost his memory in a spar with Doc Ock a few issues ago, which has made him public enemy number one.
See, I thought that made it sound as though like he was getting the hot salts out, you know, chilling in the steam room, in the sauna. But you meant spar as in like fighting sparring?
No,
not
he had a proper
not SPA.
And it ended up with him losing his memory. It's a whole thing. Go back and listen. Now, okay, so if you're just joining us, Spider-Man has been plucked out of a lake, having drowned because a saber-toothed tiger jumped him.
You know what? If you've only just joined us, that would make no sense. You'd be like, how did it go from 0 to 100 that quickly? If you've been following the story along, you'd be like, makes perfect sense.
Yeah, and a Tarzan kind of avatar.
Yep, again, makes perfect sense.
Swings in to, well, he's been hunting Spider-Man for one, and he's also rich. Okay.
Which also makes perfect sense.
And he's got that saber-toothed tiger pet. That man is Ka-Zar. He's got this saber-toothed tiger, Zabu. And what happened last time was Zabu jumped Spider-Man to save Ka-Zar, even though Ka-Zar did not need saving, and plunged Spider-Man to the bottom of the fucking lake.
Some CrossFit ensued, and then Ka-Zar's clearly dived into the lake afterwards.
Yeah, Ka-Zar dived straight in, picked up Spider-Man, and said the fight's over.
Well, forever.
Yeah, it's done. It's done. Spider-Man has drowned, but no, we begin issue 58. Straight after that, shall we jump in, mate?
Yep, dive in.
Okay, it's to kill a Spider-Man, which is already a spoiler because we assumed he was dead last issue.
We did.
But no, he's perfectly well. I wouldn't say well. He's living.
And he still doesn't know who the fuck he is.
Wow, we'll get right into that. Ka-Zar has Spider-Man underarms, swings, the police are there, everyone's watching. Ka-Zar's happy enough. The masked man still lives. He's vanquished. But I've got to find out the truth about him. That was a whole fucking palaver I've been thrown into. Seconds into getting into New York.
Oh, seconds.
And I've been thrown into this palaver. So I'm going to ask Spider-Man, what's up?
What's his beef?
What's your deal?
I like the way how he took Jameson's word over absolutely anyone else's. It's just like literally Jameson was like, this masked man is a menace and he's here to terrorize the city and he's literally the worst thing since the plague. And Ka-Zar was literally just like, no shit, huh? And then he just instantly ripped off his shirt, keeping on his slacks, and just instantly got to work.
Yeah, so we use this voice for Ka-Zar, which is kind of similar to a hippie, but I'd say...
No, he's not a hippie, he's a surfer, bro.
He's a guy on a gap year.
No, a gap year is very much like this. Oh, man, a gap year.
No, but he's on American gap year. Like, whoa.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Well, bro, it's intense.
I'm just doing some soul searching, man.
Spider-Man's alive, thankfully, and Ka-Zar needs the truth. So what does Ka-Zar do? Puts him on the rooftop and questions him. At the same time, Zabu is on the run. Now, Zabu is the saber-toothed tiger. Of course, the police...
I thought we decided that Sabu was actually a furry named Dave.
Okay, this is the whole thing as well. The Zabu, who could be, if you want to join us on our rampage for this canon, is a furry called Dave. Or he's a saber-toothed tiger, or both. He's been hunted by the police because, of course, he's a saber-toothed tiger.
Saber-toothed tiger.
Yeah, of course.
In the middle of the jungles of Central Park.
Yeah, the intense uncharted jungles of Central Park. Zabu jumps the police, but he's sheathed his claws. He doesn't want to injure anyone. He just wants to live. Let him live. We've said this. Let him live. Let him be.
Leaving to his own devices. I don't know about that. Maybe it's not a good idea having a saber-toothed tiger loose in the middle of New York City.
This is true. This is very true, Brad. I think he shouldn't have brought the saber-toothed tiger. He's done that to prove a point.
Yeah, he's just sort of like when Daenerys brings the dragons to that meeting in Game of Thrones. It's just a show of power, man.
Yeah, exactly. So Zabu just wants to live, and Ka-Zar has put him in this situation. Being the gap year bloke he is, he's just brought his pal along, and he chucked him into an entirely more dangerous situation than he ever meant to be involved in.
Well,
now he's been chased by the police through Central Park.
Poor Zabu, man.
Poor Zabu indeed. But speaking of poor, fucking Spider-Man comes to being dragged to on a rooftop by his half naked man
in slacks. The juxtaposition of the rippling abs and the trousers, it just makes no sense to me.
It shouldn't make sense. It's unnatural, Brad. This is unreal. But no, Ka-Zar's got him on a very high rooftop, so he's dragged him all up that rooftop. So he's happy that he's provided first aid and he's got Spider-Man living. And he says, you were a valiant foe, bro, but I couldn't let you die, bro.
Meanwhile, Spider-Man is just holding his decrepit head.
Spider-Man is just coming to after he hasn't been himself for a few days, and he's come to on top of a rooftop with this situation. Ka-Zar mentions Jameson, what happened. A hit was put out on you, but not because you were good, but because you were a villain. And I need to learn the truth about this because it doesn't seem real. And Spider-Man just springs up, spluttering water out, going, Jameson, fucking him!
He's just fucking fed up of Jameson sticking weirdos on him. But this is good to see that Peter's finally got his memory back then, I'm guessing, if he can remember who Jameson is.
Yeah, Ka-Zar spots it straight away, saying you're not hesitating anymore, you're not unsure, you are different. Well, you're different, brothers. Your aura is so... Whoa, it's overpowering. The stench. Whoa. Of course, he doesn't know that Spider-Man hasn't actually been able to wash for about 6 days.
Yeah, it's been rough.
Aura's stench, same difference. There's a thing there. But no, he's happy that Spider-Man's returned to health. But this is a bit of a spanner in the works. It's good for them both because they're not going to knock the shit out of each other anymore. But how does Spider-Man even explain that? Of course, his memory has returned after the shock of a near-death incident. Of course, drowning in the last issue, but the memory's back now.
So that was a bit of a roller coaster that sort of led to, well, it kind of didn't even go up, just sort of stayed at a level.
Well, I mean, they were fighting to the death, and then
yeah, I know, but it's sort of like, oh, Spider-Man's lost his memory. Oh, how bad can this? Oh, wait, no, he's got his back.
I mean, there was a lot of pieces to pick up here.
Spider-Man's drowning in the Spider-Man was drowning in the lake. It's just like, oh no, Spider-Man's drowning. Oh, what's gonna happen? Literally, first panel of the next comic is just like, he's alive. Don't worry.
The suspense is it's saved for the end rather than the start, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's very much. It deletes all the suspense at the start of a new comic and builds it up for the end again. Just wipes it clear.
Just teasing, man. Keep you on edge.
The world has changed in 6 days for Spider-Man and Peter Parker behind the mask. Because Spider-Man has got to get to grips with a lot of things. Jameson's on the warpath.
Again.
He's public enemy number 1. He's still a wanted criminal after the incidents that occurred a few issues ago. His aunt's in fucking hospital. And his friends are really worried about the safety of Peter Parker.
He's being kidnapped.
And he hasn't had a fucking shower for ages.
Yeah, that's enough.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
There's a lot. Imagine it's like if you were sleepwalking and woke up at 4 a.m. just in your back garden.
Regular occurrence for me, actually, pal.
Really?
No.
I was about to say, fucking hell, Brad, that's terrifying. That's horrific. To be fair, I have seen it happen once, and it's the worst fucking thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Okay.
Like proper horror movie shit.
I'll see you're that, right, and raise you, my missus, in the middle of the fucking night, no word of a fucking lie, speaking fluent Russian.
That's pretty incredible.
Fluent, she doesn't know Russian. In her sleep, she was speaking Russian. It was.
What words though? We need to know the words.
I don't speak Russian
How did you know it was Russian?
because it sounded Russian.
Your missus is a sleeper agent, man.
Fucking clearly.
Oh, that's intense. Americans are listening to this, Brad. They're gonna fucking find out.
Come for me, bro.
The Cold War. Your girlfriend started up the Cold War. Your fiance.
Oh yeah.
Started up the fucking Cold War. She listens to the podcast, doesn't she? Sometimes.
Every now and again. It's that I forgot. It's
you
just when you have 10 years of a habit, it's very hard to break that.
I hope she's not listening to every even issue of the fucking podcast.
To be honest with you, I'm pretty sure that she only says that she listens to them. I don't think she actually does.
Well, you skip through. You're gonna land. You've got a big chance of landing on that, mate.
Now you've made a deal of it.
Do you want to speak about the sleepwalking thing? Because I wanted to get this off my chest. It was horrifying.
Okay, go.
So, someone was just like sleep in the garden, like in pajamas on, and it was a time when I was working quite late at night, and I mean like late. It was coming up to 4 o'clock, and I was like, I want to play a game. I want to do something kind of fun before I go to bed. So it's 4 o'clock in the morning. And I thought I'll play like LA Noire or something for an hour. I did it, and I just looked out the window, and there's someone in a nightie in the street just walking up the fucking street. I was like, nah. And they're kind of just turning around to the windows and opening their mouth. I'm like, no. I was fucking close to running downstairs and grabbing a knife. I'm not even joking. I was going to fucking get on the street and end this fucking demonry. Not happening. Not happening in Great Bar. No way. Not at all.
Oh, in Great Bar, that's even worse.
Yeah, fucking, and it was up the fucking, you know where I used to live.
Yeah. It's like a cul-de-sac.
So she had to round the hill, and I was just slowly watching. I was like, no, she's looking fucking directly at me. I've got shivers speak about it now. And the whole family just jumped there and went, "Fucking get up, wake up." But yeah, that's like Spider-Man. Imagine waking up. It's more scary for them, fucking waking up.
Yeah, because you don't know where the fuck you are.
Yeah, waking up in a dream. It's all dreams, man. But that's Spider-Man. He's just drowned and he's woke up like that. And all the shit he's been through.
Yeah, good point.
Stealing sandwiches, rough sleeping, getting his nose broke. He's been slapped around by Ka-Zar a few times.
Oh, yeah. Not to mention, immediately remembering what he did for Doc Ock and that as well.
Oh, I hope you'd remember.
I made...
You were quite close.
Peter, I made your breakfast.
The consent doesn't exist there, Brad. I'm not going down that road anymore. That's fucking sickening. That's horrible.
It's very bad.
At the same time, all this is going on. Aunt May is sick in hospital and is deteriorating to the worry of everyone because the people who are there now are Pete's friends because Peter Parker isn't there. So his mates have had to stand around Aunt May's kind of. It's like
if your last name is Parker, you're on a self-destruction course.
They're all wondering where Peter is because he's been gone and his aunt's so publicly quite ill. All his friends know about it. All his the remnants of his fucking family know about it. Mary Jane, Anna May, who's Mary Jane's, I think, aunt. Everyone knows about it. Harry Osborn knows about it, so I'm assuming his dad knows about it. Everyone connected to Peter Parker knows that Aunt May is sick, but Peter Parker doesn't, and Peter Parker is missing.
Ooh.
Well, Harry Osborn shows some concern, thinking, well, he does that dumb guy thing, Well, if he was dead, they'd have found him. That's what he says. If he was hurt or worse, they'd have found him, which is pretty much the whole Madeleine McCann thing of,
Oh, you actually went there.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it. I was thinking it, but I wasn't actually expecting you to say anything.
It's that dickhead thing. It's like someone in the pub just getting his glasses. He's got, well, you see, this Madeleine McCann thing. If she was dead, they'd have found her. They'd have definitely found her. That's exactly what Harry Osborn does. But he's also doing it to get close to Gwen, the fucking dirty prick.
I think, you know what? It's different in New York because it's like we live in an area where it's like pretty much countryside like ish, like right there and then. Like literally, like you drive for 10 minutes, you can be in the countryside. Whereas like in New York, like it's all city, like all of it.
I can't wait to go. I'm going to Cincinnati as well.
Oh, cool.
In the fall. But New York was a different beast. There is very little Actually, there's a lot of trees, but there's no real kind of countryside. You have to go quite far. And New York, the state, has a lot of countryside. It's just New York, the city, kind of just consumes everyone. But no, you're very much right. It's very easy to go missing in New York. You turn the corner, and boom, you're gone.
Abducted.
Back on the rooftop, Ka-Zar has just been listening to Spider-Man's wild tale. Would you believe him after all that? So I thought I was actually with Doc Ock. He got raided. We did commit a few crimes of stolen isotope from a military facility. Yeah, we've been doing a few things, but
just Spider-Man, just both hands on his mouth, just go, "I've been a very naughty boy."
Well, he does actually have his head in his hands.
He does.
And Ka-Zar, there's a bit of storyline, story mechanics at work here, because apparently in the jungle, I don't believe he's been in the jungle for a fucking second, mate. Honestly, he says that in the jungle we learn to sense truth from falsehoods, and Ka-Zar knows you speak the truth, bro. But we've got so much to do. We need to clear your name.
Yo, bro, when he speaks so honestly from the heart like that, there's no way you could be lying.
Bro to bro, I know you're telling the truth, but bro, the bugle, they don't know. They don't know. And that's exactly the route he goes down. We need to clear your bastard name, mate. But Ka-Zar's attention is taken by a scream on the street. And if you've been paying attention, you'll know that Ka-Zar isn't followed by his fucking saber-toothed tiger, which means only one thing. That his saber-toothed tiger is actually on the streets of New York.
He cuts it mid-sentence as well. He's just like, Ka-Zar will aid you to clear your... Wait! And literally, head snaps to the, view behind him. He's just like, oh, shit. The fucking cat.
And he just jumped straight off the fucking building.
Oh, yeah, he gives no fucks.
And Spider-Man, of course, probably trying to piece everything together, may not know that Ka-Zar can swing about. He just knows that a bloke has jumped off the roof in front of him and he's got no web fluid.
Good point. Yeah, but he's got a grappling hook in hand.
You see, you jump off a roof and you got a grappling hook. Me and you, even if me and you were extremely muscly, we're dead.
Oh, yeah. Mate, I could jump off the roof with spider powers and I'm pretty sure I'd die. It's as simple as that. I'd probably just mess up the landing and just dislocate every bone in my body.
I heard that if you fall from extreme heights, we're talking extreme fucking heights, so you're plane blowing up in the sky and you're falling out of it.
Yeah.
You do stand a chance. You can extend your chances of living by slamming your feet into the ground at the last second. Yeah.
Okay, and having your whole entire leg shatter into your spine and ass.
That's the thing. I wanted to end that by saying I'm not sure, but I could see the logic that if you fucking stamp as hard into the ground as you can. But saying that, this was on fucking Reddit as well, so some geezers just went, if you want to live when you jump out of a plane, all you have to do is just kick really hard when you land.
Yeah, but this is that whole idea is if you take a chair down with you, then you can jump off the chair at the end. Sort of like the way how you jump off Yoshi in order to get the you know what I mean? It don't quite it don't work like that, fam. Although
it's like in Bruges when the geezer falls off the fucking church, and you think, oh, he's just gonna die, and he explodes. His arm comes off.
I was about to say, you need to remember that we are just bags of meat.
Yeah, you do. If you do what Ka-Zar's doing, don't do it. I thoroughly recommend that you do not do this. If you do that, you're hitting the floor, and you might want to turn away for 30 seconds now, or mute the fucking podcast for 30 seconds. But your teeth are going everywhere.
Oh.
Your eyes are smashing. It's not pretty, mate.
Mate, you just look like pavement pizza.
And there'd be teeth in the pavement pizza.
Oh, there would actually be bits of bone, yeah.
Yeah, you can't ignore the fact that it's not just blood; it's just so much.
You would when you drive past a really bad car crash, and then you see parts of the car that weren't meant to be seen. That's what it would be like, but all mush.
There wouldn't be a car. And Ka-Zar could be that for all intents and purposes. Spider-Man has just seen him jump off a roof. But I want us to focus on Sabu, who has just he's meant to be a good fucking cat. And he's just raising hell.
I think it's because Ka-Zar scolded Sabu for sort of taking Spider-Man down. It's like Ka-Zar's like every 12-year-old in Call of Duty, which is like, you stole my kill!
Ka-Zar's got the assist and Sabu's got the kill.
It's like an old game as well, so like you don't get the kill for the assist. You don't. It's so old. There's not even an assist. It's just sadness.
Well, Zabu, the Sabretooth, is running amok on the streets of New York City, and Ka-Zar, he sees the police. He's obviously jumped off the roof and grappled down. The police are pulling their guns on Zabu, which fuck Ka-Zar loses his shit like we haven't seen. Guns against Zabu? Never, bruh. Never. No, sir.
Zabu's still pissed off. Zabu's pissed off at Ka-Zar. Like, you see him down there. He's just overly angry.
The police say, oh, it's Ka-Zar, hold your fucking fire. But I'm wondering why they didn't hold their fire in the first place, knowing that Zabu is linked to Ka-Zar.
See, the thing is with like animals in being attacked and that sort of thing, is that I read something like really horrible the other day about police dogs. Is that if you was to injure a police dog whilst being arrested, and I mean like go as far as to even kill the dog, you can only be charged with criminal damage. Yeah, like the same charge that you would have for putting in a car window. How bad's that?
It's pretty bad.
Yeah, please.
It ranks up there.
Please literally don't give a fuck about animals.
Well, they don't give a fuck about Sabu, man. They're pulling guns, and it's only when Ka-Zar shows up that they stop. And Ka-Zar obviously takes the rifles off them, smashes them.
Hold on. Put a pin in this. Let's not forget that saber-toothed tigers are extinct. Like, straight up extinct. They're willing to cap an extinct animal before calling in anyone, that can tame said animal.
Yeah, it's quite contentious how fucking have trusted this bastard thing with Ka-Zar. It's like it should belongs in a museum. Are you going
to tell him to hand it over? Are you?
Yes, you want fucking citizenship of the United States, fella? Well, you're not bringing the bastard saber-toothed tiger. You can't even get into the country with a fucking bottle
or a ferret.
No, you can't. It was a few months ago, or years ago. You couldn't get in with if your laptop weren't charged.
That's a good point. I forgot about that.
Let the bastard saber-toothed tiger in.
Nowadays, you can't even take like breast milk or anything without having to be able to drink it.
If Ka-Zar was T'Challa, if his name was fucking T'Challa, it'd be a different story.
Oh,
but because he's fucking Ka-Zar, clearly. And Ka-Zar grabs the guns off the police, smashes them off the wall. And you know how Ka-Zar was so upset about Sabu being attacked?
Yeah.
The police are at that same level of upset about fucking Ka-Zar breaking the guns.
The police are just like, hold on, fella, there's no need for that. I wouldn't say that pissed off. Just sort of like, oh, that was my favourite gun. Oh.
Ka-Zar goes full black metal. He's like, guns! Ka-Zar hates guns! Fucking breaking them.
He's tying a street lamp around the police car.
Yeah, we shouldn't mention the guns, actually, because he goes a step further and bends an entire street lamp over a police car. No more will Zabu be pursued by cars.
Don't try. And then the police are just like, oh, don't try to stop Ka-Zar. He means no harm. Meanwhile, it's causing like what I'm estimating to be at least $1,000's worth of damage.
And he bends it over the fucking car and goes, civilized men.
Meanwhile, my man's wearing trousers.
Yeah, he's a fucking civilized man. His name's Lord Kevin Plunder. Don't forget that. That's his name.
Fuck, I forgot about that.
I'm not Kevin anymore, bro.
Oh, it's fucking funny.
He's bending it over the fucking car.
He's like a born-again Christian, man. He's just like, no, that was my old me. I'm much more spiritual now.
The police just fuck it off, go, boys, don't try and stop him. Don't stop him. He doesn't mean any harm. And anyway, he's rich. We'll just sue the estate. That's literally what they say.
Yeah, literally just charge it to his Bank of England.
They're such pricks.
Oh, God, this is fucking hilarious.
He's basically trying to make a point about all the civilized men trying to attack him and Zabu who want to be peaceful. And he walks away. He's so pissed off, he walks away and forgets about Spider-Man.
Spider-Man left in the balance.
Zabu literally walks off with Ka-Zar. They both walk off, completely forgetting Spider-Man. Spider-Man Forgets Aunt May. He actually says he's watching the whole thing stuck to the side of a building because he can't swing away. Oh, Aunt May, shit.
Oh, does this mean that he's got to, like, fucking pace it across buildings?
And he's wanted, man.
Has he not invented the wall run yet?
He has got the wall run, but, mate, you know, he's wanted. It's not like he's normal Spider-Man. He's a wanted criminal.
Yeah, which is nothing different than usual. He's been wanted ever since day one.
But he hasn't got web fluid to just swing away now. He has to fucking hot-foot it down the side of a building.
See, I thought he forgot to change his web fluid rather than...
It's all dry, mate. It's gone.
Oh.
It's all dried out. You need to change it. But now the plot of the comic actually starts.
Oh, he's just tying up loose ends?
Yes. There's a whole fucking thing. There's a whole thing to go through yet.
It's like imagine being John Romita, like you've just inked the comic and that, and you're just like, oh, I wonder what this comic's gonna be. And Stanley just busts in and just be like, I want to do this. And he's just like, but we've got this other, arc to finish.
He's going back to England.
It's just like, all right, Stan, just don't fire me.
Oh, in the meantime, J. Jonah Jameson, having learned of Ka-Zar's failure to detain Spider-Man, has actually hooked up with an old friend to help him with this goal. If you cast your mind back, Dr. Spencer Smythe.
Yes, Spider Slayers. Fuck yeah.
Once produced a robot capable of capturing and detaining Spider-Man. You know, it did hold him down. It was a
tentacle monster, and I've seen enough hentai to know where that's going.
But it failed.
It did.
This time.
Actually, if you didn't listen to that episode, it's actually fucking hilarious. Because, like, this massive tentacle robot monster basically bear hugged Spider-Man until Jameson could actually go. He was controlling him from an Xbox controller somewhere. And he's like, right, okay, you stay there, I'm gonna come get you. And Spider-Man was just like, all right, I ain't fucking having this. And he uses web fluid as lubricant to slip out from his costume and the Spider-Man Slayer's grip. So he's just like a naked Peter Parker running around.
Oh, it was gruesome.
Excellent comic.
And there's also another deep cut. I think it was issue 37 or 38. It's one of the last Ditko ones, but there were also the flesh robots. They weren't Spencer Smythe's, but there was some more robot action there, and that was funny as well.
That's weird, that was. You really feel that they were flesher.
This time, Dr. Spencer Smith has created an invincible Spider Slayer. It's a massive fucking thing, and it's got that audio-visual feed with the face of Jameson so he can see and control it.
It's like a FaceTime upgrade.
And he says, this time, mate, it's fucking deadly, it's fast, it's bigger, it's powerful. And the first one actually got Spider-Man. Let's not forget, then he jumped out. This one is going to fucking wreck his day.
It's a powerful track record.
Jameson actually pissing his pants now. Wow, it looks like it could handle anything. Fucking hell, it shall slay him without mercy. Whoa, let's murder.
How is Jameson funding this? I know he owns the Bugle, but
he's got in terms of 60s money, he's minted.
Yeah, but you gotta be on like Tony Stark kind of money to have this kind of tech.
I mean, he might very well be on Stark money.
You know what the piss take is? You know, the actual piss take is, imagine developing this robot. Right, imagine developing all of its fucking awesomeness and then just giving the controller over to fucking Jameson.
Well, Smythe hasn't.
That's like developing a tank and then just letting fucking Joe Bloggs off the street just go and fucking go wild on it.
Jameson's Smythe's only path to success, but Jameson realizes that this robot can do some damage, so he makes Smythe promise, I just want him captured. Get him behind bars forever. We're not killing. But Smythe has this fucking grin on his face. I just wanted to make it sound dramatic. That's why it's called Spider Slayer. It's not going to kill him. Ignore the fucking ray guns and the massive metallic biceps.
It's just good marketing.
And of course, when you're at the controls, your face is beamed through to the other side. You can see what the robot sees, and the robot has your face. So the robot now has Jameson's face.
So if it does kill him, there's like just straight up incriminating evidence right there and then.
Yeah, this robot is very capable, as we'll see, of accidentally killing Spider-Man. Just like that, it can kill him. Very simply. But we'll go back to Spider-Man, because Spider-Man needs to get to Aunt May. He needs to get home and get changed as well. And he's run out of web fluid, so everything is going wrong. And he needs to get home without being seen. So what he does, mate, is he flings himself on top of a public bus.
That's clever.
It's kind of slow, but it's going in the right direction, is what Spidey says. And he can rest on top. He can have a kip.
Man, he's really is sleeping rough, man. First sleeping in train stations and now sleeping on buses.
But there's one fucking prick who's leaning out a window having a fag. Sorry, a cigarette, I should reiterate for our American audience. It is
very different meanings.
Very different meanings. But there's one bloke who's leaning out the window having a cigarette, and he sees this bus go past and Spider-Man on top. And then he just does it in typical New York fashion. Hey, guys, it's Spider-Man. He's on the bus. I found him. Help,
like
please.
Every sound clip from every Spider-Man game ever.
Hey, it's always something in this town.
It's the Spider-Man.
As Spider-Man jumps off saying, it's back to the rooftops for me. I can't let him catch me because I've got to clear my name.
So bad.
An exhausted and sweaty Spider-Man stumbles through the window of his apartment. He needs to change his clothes, check in with Aunt May. He's shattered, he's knackered. He phones up the hospital. There's no answer. But he needs to go and check in. So he takes his top off, and Spider's senses are blurring. Why? Because the fucking robot is walking up the window to him.
Straight up the window, like...
Straight up the wall, like... Do you know when Wallace and Gromit, when he has the wrong trousers?
Oh, God, yeah!
Goes to the wall.
You know what's worse? You know what's fucking worse? Right, I'm looking at this right now. I'm looking at JJ's face inside the Spider Slayer. I'm seeing it fucking marching towards, and all I can think of is fucking Wolfenstein's Mecha Hitler. That's all I can see. He literally looks like Mecha Hitler, man.
So the scene as it goes is the spider sense kicks off. Peter Parker puts his Spider-Man clothes back in and thinks, I'm going mad. That's footsteps coming up the wall. And then he hears a voice, "We're getting closer. We're getting there." And it's Jameson's voice. And then he puts the mask on and looks out the window, and it's literally meters from him.
But the thing is, imagine this, like, you've played Fallout 4, you've played 76, innit? So you know that noise that, like, the power armor makes when you're taking a step? Just imagine that with, like, actual shit falling off your shelves and stuff, because it's just rattling the whole building.
And of course, because no one has made the link between Peter Parker and Spider-Man, Spider-Man sticks his head out of an apartment window, and Jameson screams, We got him dead to rights, burglarizing someone's apartment." Spider-Man, tired, knackered, stinking, isn't taking any shit and just flat-foots the robot, the Spider Slayer, off the building. But this isn't the old Spider Slayer, and it punches back straight through the wall.
Oh, straight away, man. Like, it's come unhinged off the wall, but that fucking right hook, holy shit, just about misses Spider-Man and straight takes the wall apart, man.
Smythe, overlooking Jameson, realises that Jameson's taking it easy because he just wants to catch Spider-Man. So he turns up the controls. Smythe takes the controls, turns them up to fucking 11, says, "We're not going to let him win again." Jameson's screaming the whole time and is basically powerless, and Smythe is just at the controls screaming fucking madness.
It reminds me of siblings are like, "I thought you say you'd give me a turn after you died."
Yeah, Mom says it's my turn on the computer, just standing in the doorway.
Just pushing him by the face.
That's my worst fear. That was easily my worst fear.
I was about to say, because you're the oldest, aren't you? And I'm the youngest.
Oh, 3? Fucking siblings.
Man never got time.
Have you tried to play The Sims for 10 minutes? It can't be done.
Mate, I couldn't last 10 minutes playing The Sims. Literally one
You
of the
tried
most
to play
boring games.
try and play World of Warcraft for half an hour.
Okay, I'm with
Half an hour.
Mom says it's my turn on the computer.
I used to reset the fucking timer. Haha.
You good.
There's one for you.
You are.
There's one fucking for
You're
you.
on it, man.
But Spider-Man, now knowing that the robot is incredibly more dangerous when Smythe is behind the controls, realises he needs to fucking start moving and running. because the robot's pretty slow. It's dangerous, but it's slow. So he sprints around the building and he's trying to hide from it to kind of delay it until he can figure something out. So he hides in the garage. The Spider Slayer just walks in, and Spider-Man actually thinks, if I stay silent, it won't find me.
Nah, fam, it found you throughout the whole entire of New York. Like, it literally had the whole of New York and was just like, yeah, this building. How is hiding in a garage gonna be like, yeah, I'll pull the wall over his eyes?
Well, the Spider Slayer obviously rips the garage door open, says hi, and beams the fucking deadly laser beam through, with it screaming the entire time, saying, "This is my revenge. This is my revenge. I've got you now. I will fucking destroy you."
What is Smythe's revenge all about? Just the fact that he managed to break the Spider Slayer in the first one.
I think it's a bit humiliating to think, to know that his robotic designs could actually be beaten.
Nah. I suppose he was hyping it before, just being like,
Of course, Spider-Man's
definitely
bantering him the whole time, saying, "You're not going to even kill a fucking panda like that. Try again, son."
This episode has been brought to you by the WWF. Like, legit extinct, like, animal list right here, right now.
Yeah, we got goddamn pandas on the verge. We got Saber-tooths who are dead. They're all dead.
Gone.
Part of me thinks good because they're dangerous. They'll kill us all. They'll have us all.
Yeah, don't forget to put sugar and water out on your garden so the bumblebees can get to where they need to go. Like, without bees, we all go. Remember that.
I think if you do that, you'll find a man drinking it.
you'll find that fucking lady sleepwalking, sipping on it.
Oh. Well, coming up with a plan, our hero Spidey runs to the phone booth to grab the address of Smythe's lab to try and beat Smythe to the punch, to get to his physical body before the metal body. But he realises there's a couple of dozen Smythes in the phone book.
So he's got to Terminator 1 it.
Yeah, he doesn't know his first name. And all the time, this robot's getting closer, saying, "I know you'd crack up. I knew it. You're a fool. You're full. Your days are numbered, son." And then it gets to the phone booth, rips it up, and Spider-Man's like, "Aha, you're the one who's got the word scientist after your name."
Dickhead.
And jumps out whilst the Spider Slayer crushes the phone booth. Jameson, of course, is fighting at the controls, so there's a bit of friction behind the scenes. So the Spider Slayer's a bit off the pace because the two dickheads are fighting over using it.
Could you imagine how funny that sounds from the other side? Now it's my turn. You had your turn earlier. No, it's mine.
And what's Jameson saying is, you don't care about him being a menace. You just want to kill him for personal gain. Killing him in the first place is bad.
Because the thing is that Jameson knows deep down that Spider-Man is actually a good guy.
Yeah, he just wants to put him in jail and be rid of him for a bit, which is it's easy.
But the thing is, it's almost like Jameson saying, like, Spider-Man can't be about being a good guy because Jameson is a bad guy. And it's just like, no one's making that connection. No one's comparing Jameson to Spider-Man. No one's going, "Oh, Jameson, you're such a dickhead because Spider-Man's so good." No, they're just saying, "Jameson, you're a dickhead because you are a fucking dickhead."
Well, Smythe says, "Don't talk to me about fucking motives, you hypocrite. You've lied about him in your paper for years. Now get back while the big boy's at the fucking machine."
Ooh, that is a deep cut, that is.
Jameson's chewing his cigar. Going, "I'll call the cops. I'll call the fucking police."
He fucking knows he's right, that's why.
The Spider Slayer ramping up even further to complete lethal businessman. Spider-Man arrives at the lab. The Spider Slayer is on his ass and takes the wall to rubble. Smythe cannot even contain himself now.
See, I really love the fact that in my head, every time I'm seeing the fucking Spider Slayer move, I'm just imagining, like, the really deep whomps of dubstep. Just with every fucking, like, just Skrillex blazing out with every fucking step.
The Spider-Man makes it to the lab, thankful that he's got a few minutes lead and he's got a plan. But if the plan doesn't work, he's actually dead. Like, this is it. This is a final stand. Smythe, meanwhile, is screaming, saying, he's gone to the lab. He's fucked.
Mate, he's getting his fucking jollies off these.
Because he thinks Spider-Man thinks they're at the lab, but they're in the Bugle.
Oh, shit. That makes sense.
So he thinks he's got Spider-Man, but Spider-Man says, "If I've guessed wrong, I'm finished." So it all comes down to this. Spider-Man, bit of relief, says he's found what he wants and he can heal the robot. No surprise there because it is. It sounds like the Cloverfield monster.
I've never actually watched Cloverfield.
Sound
No, you just hear it fucking bust through the wall, and you hear that fucking from Pacific Rim.
Yeah. Pacific Rim is the best cinema moment I've had because you know when they're in space and he turns around to cut the fucking robot and it's slow motion.
Yeah.
Someone went, "Whoa!" and it was silent.
See, my favourite part about
Specifically, my favourite part about Pacific Rim.
That's what I meant. Was where the fucking gets knocked through the wall and then they hit the Newton's cradle. It's so fucking good, just so good. Yeah, the thing is about that thing with the knife in space is I saw it and I was screaming at the cinema there, just like, why not lead with that? You've had a whole fight. You've lost the whole arm. Lead with the big ass knife.
It's so dumb. It's so dumb. It's so good though.
Yeah, it is just fucking. It's giant robots beating monsters in the face. It's fucking great.
Speaking of giant robots though, so the robot turns up. Spider-Man thinks his plans worked. Smythe thinks his plan has worked. They both come to a punch. Smythe opens while the Spider Slayer opens while rips the wall open. Spider-Man's just hanging there. As the robot moves to deliver the killing punch, Spider-Man does his quip. I've got news. Come get me. The fucking robot can't move, mate. It's done. He's walked through and it's not moving. And Smythe is going ballistic. He's clicking everything, man. He's going, what's wrong? Why? It's not responding. Why?
Best advert for Virgin ever. Just like Usain Bolt comes in. It's just like, need faster speeds when you need it most. And then he just does a bolt and just runs off.
Yeah, this is why you invest heavily in your broadband connection. You don't need a lag. You don't need extra ping.
That Virgin Fiber, man.
You're all right. Well, Smythe thinks I'm going to increase the power to absolute maximum. I'm turning it right up, and the robot, the Spider Slayer, the invincible Spider Slayer, just dissolves, mate.
Fuck, it's too much. Too much juice.
Spider-Man stands over the wreckage of the Spider Slayer and pats it good night. Well, and he stands over the screen, just looking to it, explaining what's gone on. I knew the man-shaped rattle trap was activated by spider impulses, and that's why he's able to trap me down. So I figured out if I put loads of spiders here, it might short-circuit him, and it worked.
There is no science. There is literally no science there. Don't try to make it out as though there's fucking science behind that, because that is the biggest load of bullshit I've ever fucking heard in my life.
Brad, if I remind you, this is the Spider-Man. It's already got out the window in the -1 issue. -1.
Right, the thing is, I can get on board with that. I can. I really can. But when you try to explain something like that by using pseudoscience, when you could literally just be like, this guy is the Spider-Man, and it can be explained like that, just fucking there's no need. It's just fucking stupid.
So when he puts the robot there and there's loads of spiders in the room, the robot overloads, and it helps that Smythe turned it up to maximum fucking power.
Why isn't the fucking Spider Slayer just fucking going to town in the nearest zoo? Like the fucking, you know what I mean?
Well, they had to tone the strength last time to account for Spider-Man. So they've got the formula there. The robot comes in, and there's a Spider-Man there, and also fucking tons of spiders that Spider-Man has placed from the jars.
I imagine if Spiders Man was in there, he'd be fucked.
And Smythe turned it up to 11, well, cranked it past 11. He's about 24 now, and it's blown up because Smythe got too greedy. And it's too simple for Spider-Man. All he says, all I needed to do was place, enough spiders in the jars here, and you came in and you put, I was hoping you turn up to maximum because it would fucking blow, obviously. I'm a bit tired now, so if you don't mind me, I'm going.
Just round it off like that.
And Smythe is just beating his computer. Jameson is screaming, I'm going to call the fucking police. I'm done. I'm sick of this. But Spidey's day isn't over yet.
Has he actually finally remembered about Aunt May?
Yes, he runs home to the apartment. So what happened to Smythe is I don't know. What happened to Jameson? I don't know. All we know is Betty Brant kind of burst into the room and they were screaming at each other. That's kind of left.
Oh yeah, she exists.
Yeah, it's left hanging there. Spider-Man goes home, hopes that Harry's not in, goes through the window, changes into his civvies, and Peter Parker emerges onto the street. But two shadowy figures are approaching. It's Ka-Zar and Zabu.
Cool, bro. It's a nice night for a stroll, yeah.
Don't be alarmed, young man. I was taking an evening stroll and I thought I sensed you. But it seems I was mistaken. I thought you were Spider-Man. Though, it's quite strange. The aura of the Spider-Man is it's not easily forgotten, bro. I'll go find him. He's my pal. Have you seen Spider-Man?
It's like every Christmas movie ever when Santa Claus is not Santa Claus. He's like, he's turned back into a normal person. He looks back at the kid and the kid looks up as if to say, I know the real truth, but I'll keep it secret.
Little does he know is he was actually right because Peter Parker is Spider-Man. But they won't get the chance to meet again for a while because Ka-Zar can't put two and two together.
Dumb fuck.
If a man smells like the Spider-Man, he is the fucking Spider-Man. You're not wrong.
The thing is, you're just expecting the Spider-Man to walk around with his mask on all day, like fucking, what's his name? Rorschach. Give me back my face!
What is he expecting there?
I don't know.
Does he just think Spider-Man just be like in the alley going, all right, how you doing? No, it's good to see you again. No. It's been too long, man. It's been a minute, pal.
He's probably like looking at Peter thinking like, no, he's too smartly dressed and smells too clean to be Spider-Man. To be Spider-Man.
Just peering around the corner, checking under the cardboard. No, he's not there.
Every dumpster in the alleyway.
Sniffing pisses on the wall, going, this could be him.
Telling me that a saber-toothed tiger wouldn't be able to smell the scent of Spider-Man.
It's growling at him. It's tasted his blood.
That's a good point.
But no, that's where it ends as Peter heads off to try and explain his whereabouts, and Ka-Zar and Zabu head off into the night. Next week or next issue, we prepare to meet the Brainwasher. Ooh.
The Brainwasher, isn't that the dude from the circus with Daredevil?
Nope.
It's a different guy.
It's a new guy. That was the Ringmaster, I think.
Ah, yes, it was.
But that is where we end, mate. Any final thoughts?
I just want to know how Aunt May's doing, really.
Yeah, fucking hell. You know what? It's funny how you don't give a shit. Well, I say you. In general, we don't give a shit about the general day-to-day of Peter Parker's life. But when it's gone for so long, you miss it. And it's been really gone for ages.
It's like, you forget how half the story is about Peter's, work-life balance.
Because I remember in the Ditko ones, we just wanted the insane shit like this, the dumb things, all the time.
Yeah, but now we're starting to build those relationships with people.
We've been treated to a lot of dumb things the past 2 months as well. Like, by far the most dumb things.
I mean, in this whole comic, we've literally just gone, oh yeah, by the way, here's a whole other villain. We'll park that other. We'll put an end to that fight as soon as possible. Which literally could have just been on the arse end of the last comic. But it kind of feels like they're maybe just trying to make a quote with as many pages for this one. I don't know. I don't get it.
They're kind of moving away from the self-contained arcs, kind of more a long-running thing now, it looks like. But I do miss the old stuff. But yeah, I think we're heading back into Peter Parker's life. Of course, we have to. Nah, this is the only logical way we can head is back into Peter Parker's life, which we've missed. We haven't been there in a while. All we've seen is Gwen Stacy crying, Harry Osborn crying, and Aunt May dying.
Seeing how much of a fucking badass Gwen Stacy is, man. Literally went and fucking hooked Spider-Man. They didn't even give
the last one, yeah.
Fuck, man. Went right for him.
Well, I think we'll be seeing Ka-Zar again soon because I've seen him on the front of one of the issues.
Ah, so.
Cool, but what do you make of him, mate?
I quite like Ka-Zar, bro.
I'm relatively impressed. He's dumb. It shouldn't exist.
He's like Craven if Craven wasn't an asshole.
I get that, but yeah, man, you can contact us at Spidey Podcast. We'd love to hear from you, and we can't go without a final message actually, because today, on the day we're recording, it's actually Doctor Spidey's birthday.
Happy birthday.
Is that a sensual version of it?
If he wants it to be. I can pop out of a cake for him if he wants, but I doubt that would end well for either of us because one, I'd eat the cake, and two, well, there'd be no more cake to pop out of.
Yeah, and we'd like to say happy birthday. So there it is, happy birthday. And of course, if anyone else wants to get in touch, you can do so at Spidey Podcast. We'd love to, develop relationships with all of you. We'd like to be polyamorous with all of you.
This just took a turn, man.
We love all of you, and thank you for writing to us so often. And the DMs are open. You can slide right in if you wish. And happy birthday, Doctor Spidey. Next week is the Brainwasher. Next issue is the Brainwasher, and we'll see you again very soon. Goodbye, guys.
Goodbye.